It's an ancient, at least medieval practice to fast this day, at least part of the day, to commemorate the destruction, the burning, public burning of the Talmud in France that happened on Erev Shabbos Parshas Chukas. I believe it was in the 1200s. This was before the printing press, and these were valuable books, handwritten manuscripts, lost, some possibly copies. No other copies existed of certain things. Other things, of course, we still have, and it's amazing that we're still able to preserve our faith. And this is, to me, one of the greatest proofs of God's actions in history. We're still here. You know, I work as a prison chaplain. Are we back? All right. And I think Christianity was probably trying even much more in certain places to kill our religion, yet we're still here. We're still around. We still have our books. We don't have to reconstruct anything. We have a Masorah that goes directly back to Moses. That's much greater than the apostolic succession that the Catholics and the Orthodox have to the apostles, because we have going back to Moses, who got directly from God when the whole people heard God speak at Mount Sinai. So it's an incredible thing that we have. Despite that, we still have to mourn the persecution that we suffered and the losses that we had. Despite the fact that we have to be thankful for what we do have, and really mean it when we say Birkas Torah, Asher Baruch Abanu Mikol Amim V'Nasan Lanu Es Torah Soi, Asher Nasan Lanu Torah Emes V'Chai Olam Natan B'Seichenu. It's a gewaltige Zach that we have to thank God for giving us His word and preserving that word. This is a miracle of God that our religion has been preserved through all this persecution. The story goes was that the rabbis of the time there in France, when the Talmud was being burned, made a shalos cholim. They made a request by a dream. What is going on? And the answer was Dagzeris Araisa. That in the Targum of this week's Parsha, it says this is the decree of the Torah. And indeed, this is what we're seeing right now, and the Gedolim have woken us up, that there's persecution against Torah all over the world, particularly in the Holy Land. They're trying to destroy our yeshivas. They're trying to draft the yeshiva boys in order to brainwash them out of Judaism and into the heresy of Zionism. And here in America, we have evil groups that are trying to take away religious freedom, particularly attacking the ultra-Orthodox Jewish communities that want to raise their children according to their sincerely held religious beliefs. And this is being attacked, especially in New York State. And it's a fight that's been going on for a long time. It's been going back and forth. And of course, we have to understand, we have no one to rely on except our Father in heaven. And I would venture to say, I said it already, in the Holy Land, if they don't want our Torah, all the B'nai Torah should come here to America. There are plenty of little towns all over America that have shuls that are struggling to get a minyan. And if 10 or 20 in Gerlite would come from all the yeshivas in Eretz Yisrael and make little kohalim in America, and they would have what to support and they'd have what to accomplish, that they could be Makar of Yidden, that would be an ideal thing. Don't be giving the energy of your Torah to the Medina that hates you and is trying to undermine you, and trying to undermine God, and trying to undermine the Torah, and trying to spread heresy and atheism. Eretz Yisrael is not worth that, and Eretz Yisrael is not worth one Jewish life. And so the Yishuv Eretz Yisrael is a nice thing if you're able to do it, and you're able to be frum and ehrlich. But if not, come back to America, establish Torah here in America. We need to be Malin and Tzotzes. That's how we're going to bring Mashiach, not by sequestering ourselves and cloistering ourselves in Eretz Yisrael, but fulfilling our obligation to bring the light of Torah to the whole world. That's why we're in Golis. Like Golu Yisrael al Kedelish Feifaleim Gerim. This is what we're here for. Whether you understand that to mean that Gerim Mamish, which is, I believe, is Pshat, or if it means Aliyas Netzoitzis, like the Sfarim say, but Manav Shach, it could be both. It's not a stira. I'm sorry, I'm speaking in a yeshivish way, but I don't have time to think so much, and I'm almost at work, and I want to call my wife before I arrive. So just want to get this out here. But there's another issue that's going on, and that is the Hiskaros Ba'umos that's happening here in America. We saw in Pico Robertson, in La Brea, in Los Angeles, that there was an event to try to get people to buy homes in Eretz Yisrael, and the Yishmaelim there and their Nachschleppers actually started to attack. And now there's such an event going on this weekend in one of my favorite communities in Kew Gardens Hills, at a level of Iskaris Ba'umos that's putting good, nice, ehrliche, wonderful people. I love the people of Kew Gardens Hills so much. It's such a wonderful community, putting them in danger. So I would ask, cease and desist. Don't put Jews in danger. We're here in America. Don't, you want to do something. All right, you have some property to sell in Israel. The canteen still a height. Medafnish machen a große Sache, and now you can do everything online. What do you need to have an event in a Besmedrish or something that's just going to upset people and possibly chas v'sholom incite people to be violent against us, especially in a Hamish community? There are plenty of Voila, Ehrliche, Hamish Eden who are, some are Zionists, some are not. But the Zionists, the religious Zionists, a different type of thing. Nobody wants to spread heresy, and nobody wants to hurt anybody. They just want to have a devotion to Eretz Yisrael. But that's a different thing. But right now, it's not the time to be making such things. Right now is the time to lay low and focus on devotion to God, learning Torah. And that's the big thing that I want to bring out, is that we have to be devoted to Torah learning and devotional Torah learning, to be really ehrlich, and that realizing that our Torah learning is a devotion to God, it's a mitzvah, it's a way to connect to God, it's a way to fulfill God's will, and it's also the means to fulfilling God's will, because we learn how to do it as well. But the etzem learning itself is a mitzvah, and the biggest mitzvah is Talmud Torah K'neged Kulam. And with that, we have to understand. But I would say again, I'll tell you from a religious Zionist, from Rabbi Yosheber Soloveitchik from YU, they asked him to go to Lakewood to go visit Rav Aaron, a cousin of his, I think. And he said, the Torah is right here. What do I have to go to Lakewood for? The Torah is right here in Washington Heights, or in Boston, or wherever he was when they spoke to him about this. Zel Bazach. You don't need to be in Yerushalayim. You don't need to be in Bnei Brak. Here I am. I'm in Waymart, Pennsylvania, and I can learn Torah here too. And that's how we're going to be Malan at Tzaitzis, and that's how we're really going to bring Mashiach. So this is what we have to. This is why we have to focus on devotion to God, devotion to God's Word, devotion to Torah, and the Holy Land. You know what the Chesed Lavram was, the Chida's grandfather. He said, when Mashiach comes, only going to be a few thousand Jews in Eretz Yisrael. So it's time to pick up if you're in Eretz Yisrael, it's time to pick up, leave, and go somewhere else. And that's how you're going to help bring Mashiach. Thank you for watching. God bless. Please like, share, and subscribe, comment. We'll see you later.